Morning, guys. Greater Phoenix metro area, 5 million people. But right next door, we have the Gila River Community, 583 square miles with only 14,000 natives living there. Two completely different worlds, basically living on top of one another. So let's go right to the side of Phoenix here and see what this place is all about. All right, Samuel, we're here.
Yeah.
So, Gila River Community, and I saw Gila River Reservation. I saw both online, but I think you guys like being called community, is that right?
Yeah.
And why is it community and not reservation?
Because we have, well, it's a reservation, you know, like on the signs when it says entering Gila River. And, but out here, we have two tribes. Just like how, like, you know, there's the Maricopas, you know, in District 6 and 7, Levine area.
Okay.
And then the Pimas here, versus like, you know, like Donautim Nation is just one tribe. You know,
Or
so
like Navajo Nation.
Yeah, it's just, that's what it's called, a nation.
Okay. Are you Maricopa or Pima?
I'm mixed.
Okay.
Gila River, Pima, Laguna, Donautim Nation as well, T.O.
T.O.
Yeah.
Tohono
Donautim, yeah.
And that's, I was trying to get into that reservation. It's on the border. It's beautiful. I actually drove through it. It's on the Mexican border, and it's in mountains and Sahara cacti everywhere. We're very lucky because Samuel reached out and said he'd show us around, teach us about the community here. It's really unbelievable when you're in Phoenix, 5 million people in Greater Phoenix Metro, and then you just cross the line and you're in the middle of, well, here's like suburbia, but it's just desert and totally different world out here. You are the liquor cop.
Yeah, we're liquor cops, and pretty much everybody that sells beer legally, you know, they come through our department and, you know, get a liquor license.
Out on...
In Phoenix and stuff. We're all over.
Not out. Do you say on the res here, even though we're calling it a community? Do I say on the res?
Yeah.
You say on the res.
Say res,
That's what the locals say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Res.
Okay. Did a lot of you guys fight in World War II? Is that what this is for?
Yeah. My grandfather served, well, both of my grandfather parents served in the military. One was in the Air Force, one was in the Korea. Uncle using the Marines, Desert Storm.
So for those that don't know, you're pretty much autonomous out here, but the BIA is actually a federal thing.
Yeah, it's up here, yeah.
Okay.
This is our district. This is a new building right here.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that BIA funding, or how does that work?
It's from our tribe, the casinos.
We're going to get out there today, right, to the casino? Okay.
If the Rangers are out, the tribal police, if they see plates, whatever, we'll get pulled over.
Because they're Nevada plates?
Yeah. There's no trespassing. Yeah, there's no trespassing out here. The reservation.
Oh, out here, outsiders can't go?
No. You have to have official business here on the reservation, unless you're invited.
Because I'm with you? It's not a problem?
You're good. Yeah.
But if I came out here alone,
the
cops would get me?
You'll get cited, for trespassing.
For trespassing?
Yeah. But our Rangers are, you know, pretty cool, though. They give you a warning.
Okay.
You know, like this right here is like a side street. The highway up here, on the other side of the mountain, we'll see.
Are your roads so good because of the casino, or who's funding all this?
Yeah.
That's casino money?
Yeah. Gun range right here. So our tribal cops come out here too and practice.
Do you have specific gun laws on the reservation?
When we have BIA, you have to go and register your firearm, but out here you don't.
Okay.
When I turned 18, I tried to go, and I still thought that we had to go and, you know, take your firearm in and stuff. And so when I went and I had my shotgun with me, and one cop told me, he's like, you know, you're the first person I've seen ever since I've been working here who wanted to register the firearm here. But yeah, here you don't. This is the gun range right here. This is where someone passed or got killed.
Here? They got killed here?
Yeah.
What happened? Accident?
You know, like people go missing and whatnot, and this place right here was actually on the news some years ago. I guess a lady buried her baby out here, something like that.
How is the missing person situation out here on Gila River?
It's like the same as pretty much every, you know, other reservation, and we have people missing, people that get killed, murdered. out here, or they'll have their bodies dumped out here, or people from the city, they'll bring the bodies out here because it's a desert area.
So Samuel, we just started the video. Is this where you take me out in the desert?
That's where I come to cry. I haven't seen anybody have a picnic out here in forever, but we used to have, when I was growing up, we used to have picnics out here, hike the mountain. I can't do that now, I'm too...
You hike the mountain there?
I haven't hiked it since I was a teenager.
Because you were in law enforcement, do you know much about the missing person situation? Like, why is it happening so much on reservations?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. How should I say this? People people go out to a party and, you know, they drunk, whatever, people take advantage. If they don't want to get caught for taking advantage and wanting to do something to the individual, then they'll go, commit murder or whatever.
Right.
And, we call them res parties.
Res parties?
Yeah.
What's a res party like?
It's just like if you were to have a party at your house, drinks, music, things like that, just pretty much that. This is just on the reservation. So in December, we have a water rights celebration. We don't have to pay a water bill.
So your water rights were taken when?
I can't remember the year.
A long time ago,
It was
right?
a long time ago. Yeah.
And then you won a court case and got them back?
Yeah.
Was that a huge thing for your people?
Yeah, because we're a farming community, and we farmed all the way through like the Phoenix Valley. This actually used to be a farm right here too. These used to be fields.
Okay. Water is obviously a big deal in Arizona. Is there a big battle going on with you guys, or you're pretty set right now? Like you guys, you're good.
Yeah. I mean, there's always some kind of issue that's going to come up along the way.
Yeah.
So we have people. We have our water rights. So and we have these cities nearby who are going to come. Or not already. Chandler used to be a bunch of fields. Growing up, we used to see a bunch of fields out there. Now there's apartment buildings that are going up now. I remember years ago, my dad said that pretty soon that Chandler is going to be right at the border. Now it is. This is like right there.
Chandler's right up there.
Yeah.
So if you're growing up here, is it more normal to get off the res or more normal to stay?
I believe like now people, I have some friends who we grew up with here, I went to school with, and now they live in town.
In Phoenix?
Not Casa Grande or Phoenix. Like my little brother, like when he was alive, he will live in Mesa, and because everything's so close together. Like you all have to like go 20 miles, whatever, 15 miles to go to McDonald's or something like that. Versus you can just go outside and walk down the block and you're there. Things out here like close at a certain time. I think 8 or 9, the supermarket closes, and the gas station. Those are the only 2 stores we have. Well, then we have the smoke shop as well, post office.
So it's total small time life living.
Yeah.
Next to 5 million people.
Right. And see, you can breathe out here versus in town. You can't really do that with all that smog and things like that. And at nighttime, you can see the stars at night versus being in town and it's home. I grew up here. It's home. Always will be. I don't think I could live in the city. And
you look north at night, and it's just a big red glow, right?
Yeah. And it's getting brighter. Like Casa Grande, down south, you really couldn't see like that orange haze and, at night. Now you can see it.
Right.
Same thing with Coolidge. Coolidge is getting bigger. I remember when Coolidge one more open, man, we call that the Gathering Nations right there.
So new house like this, are you seeing many of these on the res?
Oh yeah, they're going up. It takes a while. People that these houses like right here too, these new houses, some people waited over even 20 years to get a house built. So
the BIA gives them the green light to do it, or what?
If you have your own land.
If you have your own land.
Yeah. And
so some people have their own land, and some people are leasing the land, basically.
Like they'll get from the ask them for a lot, and then they'll survey it, and it takes a while to get in the housing list to get a house. Even like the house where I live at.
Right.
Yeah.
As a reservation, you guys are doing pretty well, comparatively, would you say? From the ones you've seen, or?
Yeah, because they're trying to take care of us.
So what do citizens get here? You said they take care of you. What do you guys get from the tribal council or your government?
Like our per capita, we got one yesterday. I mean, it's not a lot, but it's something. People who don't have jobs, they lay on that.
You get a stipend from the res.
Yeah, from the casino. I think it's like 10. Yeah, I think it's like 10 or 11% of what the casino revenue.
Okay. Do you mind me asking what is that a month or what is that?
It's quarterly. I think we got like 340 $42 or $44. You know,
$342 every quarter.
Quarterly, and then like, so the summertime it gets, you know, more of an amount, versus like in Halloween and like now.
Yeah.
You know, because it's close to the holidays, so people come and spend more money like, during the summer months. In Salt River, you know, that they get like thousands quarterly.
Salt River.
Yeah.
That's on the other side of Phoenix,
Yeah.
right? That's a smaller tribe.
Yeah, that's our sister tribe.
Sister tribe.
Yeah.
Okay, they get thousands every quarter.
Yeah, quarterly.
So this is all new res housing.
Yeah.
And how does somebody get the newer home versus someone that has the older home?
Oh, these people probably applied years ago.
And they're paying for it depending on their income.
Yeah.
But they're renting.
Yeah.
They don't own it.
Yeah. And there are some houses on the reservation, like my grandmother's. Those are rent to own. The housing that I live at, I lived there since I was 2 years old, and it's not rent to own. And then we get people who marry into the tribe too as well. So like people who are non-native they don't even have to be married, but they'll come out here and live out here.
So if I had a Maricopa, I'm married, but let's just play pretend. If I had a Maricopa girlfriend.
You got a Pima girl. Yeah.
Okay, Pima, sorry. You got a Pima girl, I could live with her out here.
Yeah, she wants you to.
She might not.
Just don't make her mad.
Are Pima girls hardcore?
Yeah.
Who runs the show typically in a Pima relationship?
Probably the girl.
Okay. So this is res on this side. This
Right.
is off res right here.
See, this right at the border of the reservation, people moving.
How do you feel about this?
I don't like it. You know, and like when I would be in Phoenix all day when I worked in Phoenix, I couldn't wait to come back home.
So right when
Sense
you
of
step
feeling.
over this line, you feel like you've
Oh,
gone
you know
home.
you're at home, yeah.
Oh, that's so interesting.
A safe zone.
So do your worlds mix much from the res here to the non-res?
Yeah.
You guys
I mean, like,
blend?
I know growing up we had like gangs in like movies and whatnot. You see some people trying to mock that out here on the reservation.
Gangs?
Yeah, like in movies.
Bloods and Crips?
Yeah. They have some supposedly, you know, but I don't know. Yeah, I know, like we used to have a gang task force actually out here in the PD. Anybody ever rude to you on the reservation?
Rude to me?
Yeah.
Not really.
No?
Everyone's been pretty cool. Usually I'm going in with people that we connect beforehand online
Okay.
or something like you.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to have way more negative experiences being on the reses, honestly. Because I look like a cop. Just, you know.
Like a cop.
I'm like a cop with a camera. What is this over here?
That's the new casino.
So when you see a new casino being built on the res, what are your feelings?
More job opportunities often on the reservation.
Can people from off the res work at the casino?
Oh yeah, my boss was non-native.
Okay.
I know some people that like the casino, some people don't.
Yeah, I think it's hard from the outside to understand, to be honest.
Yeah.
For non-natives, I think
Non-natives.
casinos are sometimes confusing, at least for me, because I would think of a casino as the absolute opposite of what your traditional culture is.
Yeah, exactly.
But how do you feel on that?
How do I feel in it? Well, I mean, it's always been a casino since I was born, or all my life and all that stuff. And my mom used to work at a casino. I guess as a kid, I didn't know what it all takes care of and whatnot. And versus now,
But it's jobs. I mean, these ladies are working because of this here, and it brings money to you guys.
right.
So the reservation is renting the sign space because it's all your guys' land.
Yeah,
You notice every sign says they're hiring sheriffs, hospitals, electricians.
yeah. I think after COVID, nobody wanted to go back to work. I mean, there are people who go back to work, but not a whole lot. I know, like, there was jobs out there and people getting free money or something.
How was your reservation during COVID?
Everything was shut down. We had a curfew that had roadblocks. Ask where you're going, go shopping, whatever. And
So could you leave the res
yeah, you can leave the rest and
and
stuff.
come back?
Yeah, and I had it for a while, but it didn't stick too much.
So this woman you think lives on the res and works out here?
Probably.
You don't have to leave the res to get a good paying job now. Not a bad setup. And then all the people from Phoenix lose their money.
Yeah.
And you guys make it, right?
Yeah. First they were getting drunk and taking our stuff. Now we're doing it to them.
That's so true.
Yeah.
They were getting you drunk and taking your stuff, and now it's revenge.
Yeah.
Those are the fairgrounds.
Yeah. That's a cultural site right there. They have their traditional dances. We didn't have it for I think 2 years, so it's coming back. Smell that fry bread already.
So you were saying, was it your grandmother in the summers here when it's 115 degrees?
My dad's grandmother.
Your dad's grandmother. She would do what?
Get water, sprinkle water on the dirt floor, and it keeps it cool.
They're living in a hut, right?
Yeah.
Like a mud hut?
Like a mud house, yeah.
So that's
Sandwich
how
house.
That's
Yeah.
how they'd keep cool in the summers?
Yeah.
Just wet the floor and sleep on it?
Wet the floor, yeah. You can sleep on it if you want. She would rearrange her living room, or well, pretty much like a big room anyways. And so that way it'll keep the ground hard. You know, so set it, whatever, then sometime later on, then rearrange it. Like maybe, I don't know how often it was. It was a while though. She would move around to keep that ground hard. Sprinkle water in there to keep it cool.
That's BIA, or what is that?
That's tribal police.
Tribal police.
Police department, yeah.
Pretty big.
There's a courthouse over here.
You have a lot of cops here?
Oh yeah.
Juvenile detention center?
Juvenile. I guess we parked the Boys and Girls Club vans out here.
Who's there?
The Boys and Girls Club vans. We park them over here. We had a Dodge van. We used to park outside the Boys and Girls Club. It was within that fence, but some idiot will always shoot at the windows, break the windows. And over here is the battered women's shelter, and then there's also a youth home.
The youth home, so kids without parents?
Yeah, kids that are taken away. Before, the kids or whatever will be taken off the reservation, and they built this to keep them on the reservation.
Okay. You guys really have a lot of infrastructure out here.
Casinos. You
Things
should
to
get that symbol right there. That's our trouble symbol.
Okay. You guys seem to be pretty well funded.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, every reservation's different, how they're run, and how much money they have to work with. And also, how much of that money is going down to the people. Because some of these reservations are run like mafias, let's call them.
Mafia.
Some of them, right? And then others, they're much more giving.
Much more giving.
To the people. That's the backside of the pen.
Yeah, this is the jail.
I mean, that's a massive jail for, let's just say it's 30,000 out here, Samuel, right?
Approximately.
It's a pretty big jail. What is this?
This is part of the hospital. This is the administration building for the hospital. This is new too. And this is where our governor is at, our council, Alpha Chambers.
Is he popular?
Yeah, he's good.
You have some good architecture out here. I like this.
So if you want a per capita, go in there and apply. Pay your bills here too as well. So I want to get a dog. So if I want to adopt a dog, I would go over here first, pay my license fee for the dog for a year, and then take that documentation over to the pound, and then, adopt your dog.
So it really does feel like you're in your own country out here, like separate government completely.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All of these services.
All these services.
What's this?
Behavioral health.
Behavioral health.
Yeah, so like people who are really not right in the head or something, and they have services.
Okay, this is just servicing your reservation here?
We have people who from the res and non that they pretty much service people for where. Well, this one is mostly mainly for the tribe. We have people from other reservations that come out here.
I'm having a hard time understanding all of this, to be honest. I mean, in a good way.
Okay.
The amount of, let's just look at these vans over here, right?
Oh, these are
Like, look at this, guys. All this medical transportation. Ton of vans. All this infrastructure okay. Wikipedia says 14,000 people. We're gonna say just double that because we don't know, right?
Yeah.
So say roughly 30,000. So for 30,000 people, the amount of infrastructure and services I've seen, I never see anything like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like a big town, small city.
Big town,
No
small
way.
city.
Do you guys realize that, or are you just used to it?
Used to it, I guess. Like fortunate to have. I remember this hospital is the same age as me. My dad helped build it, And over here we have like a wellness center for for patients. I've heard there's a capital for diabetes.
In the country?
Yeah.
Capital for diabetes.
Yeah.
What percentage of the people have them? Diabetes.
I don't have it yet. But my older brother, he has diabetes, and he's a skinny dude. And this right here is medical transportation. So if I'm at home and I need a ride to the hospital, these guys pick you up and take you to your appointment on or off the reservation.
Just for a checkup, any appointment?
Any appointment, anything.
So all those vans that I just showed over there.
That's what those are for. Yeah. They have like stretcher, like if you're like, people who are bedridden, whatever, they have a stretcher van for them.
Yeah.
To go to the appointments. And they have a community nurse, whatever, that goes out to your home, and let's say you have a wound that needs to be changed or dressed, they'll come and change it for you.
And that's all free?
Mm-hmm. This part of the hospital's dialysis right here. And there's 2 of these, one in Levine and one here.
That big of a place for dialysis?
Yeah.
Dental?
Yeah.
Do they cover that too?
Yeah.
They cover full dental?
Yeah.
If you need a crown or something like that?
Yeah, but the thing about that is that it's a long waiting list. Same thing with eye clinic too. Like you can make an appointment, you get glasses once a year. Elders parking too. You don't see that at Walmart.
No. All right, guys, another unique corner of America. Gotta say, Samuel, that is a wild mix.
Yeah.
Former Japanese internment camp, casinos, reservation, 5 million people living over the mountain there.
Right.
And then Samuel in the mix.
Yeah.
Thanks for bringing us in, man.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
For sure, brother.
And you guys have some of the best oranges I've had.
There you go, yeah.
All right. Thanks for coming on that journey. Until the next one.